Welcome back to my channel, and today I just wanted to show y'all like the actual process of me doing a college assignment for art school, but like the whole process. So this is not necessarily my process, but this is basically what they wanted from me, and they needed proof of me. Like, I had to follow all of these steps, like with a million thumbnail sketches, and then I had to rough it into Photoshop. But the final project, like after all of this is done being sketched, is actually finished in vectors. Or for our class, we used Adobe Illustrator, so that's what the actual end project is. I just felt like you guys didn't necessarily need to see the whole process redone in Illustrator, so I just didn't include that part. But at least you can see like me trying to sketch and like kind of like my workflow, I guess. And I've never used Photoshop ever in my life to do digital art before, so this is brand new to me, but it was a lot of fun. And I already had a tablet, but I ended up buying a new one. The old one I had a Huon, I think it's like the 610 Pro, and I think that one is just outdated because when I tried to plug it in, like in the video you'll see me transition from my Huon to my new Wacom tablet that came in the middle of me drawing this. And what had happened is that Huon literally, like, no matter what I did, the pressure sensitivity wouldn't work. And I tried re-downloading the drivers, I tried restart my computer 1,000 times, I tried to restart the program, and just nothing worked. And even my teacher recommended like this fancy PMR reset, and that just sounded really scary, so I just didn't end up doing that. My boyfriend covered half of the cost of the Wacom, so it ended up being alright, and it was totally worth it. I actually really like the Wacom. I mean, there are some things I don't like about it. Like, I don't like that, like my Huon had like several express keys on it, but the Huon, like the tablet I have, only has 4, and that's kind of tricky. But the good thing about it is that they have like the on-screen controls, and I almost find like the on-screen controls a little more helpful, and you'll see that like later on in the video whenever I end up getting it. But yeah, it's me drawing Avatar, and I love Avatar so much. I've watched it every single summer since I was 12 years old. I own the DVDs and CDs or whatever. I own the whole series, and I own the whole series of Kotta. So I don't know why I've never drawn Avatar fan art. I don't really know why that was not something I've ever done before, but this project, like what the project was, is to take what your favorite movie or book or video game or literally anything, because our teacher's he's one of the better professors that let you just do whatever you want kind of thing. The instructions were to take whatever you wanted and make a movie poster or whatever, and mine just ended up being more of like an illustration scene, and I'm okay with that, and he was okay with that. I guess for me, I could not for the life of me figure out how to add like any text or font I put on it. Just looked so wrong. And some of the students in my class, they ended up drawing their fonts, like a lot of them, but when I draw fonts, it looks even worse. So I just ended up not adding any kind of wording or whatever, because what I was gonna have is like you may have seen it in the beginning, but I was gonna write like book 3, the final battle or something to that effect, or like it was like book 3, Sozin's Comet or something like that. And I just ended up leaving that out because no matter what I did, it just didn't work. Which is kind of funny because I have to take 2 years worth of typography classes, and I already did one But the complete hardest part about this assignment was the typography. Like I couldn't do it. And it's kind of funny because I'm not an illustration major, and this is an electronic illustration class, but it's just kind of funny that like the illustration part was easier for me than the actual typography part. This may not be the most amazing illustration ever, and there's definitely a lot of things that I could definitely improve on, but I will have to say, like, I am super proud of myself, especially considering, like I said, I've never drawn on Photoshop ever before, and every time I have tried to dabble in digital art, it's just never as strong as my traditional stuff. Like, it's fun, but like I just haven't been able to understand the concept of it quite yet. So when I made this, like, it was really scary because he wanted me to have like a background and all this stuff, and I was like I literally never draw backgrounds ever, so I just like how this ended up. Like, I hope you guys enjoy it, but if y'all don't, that's fine because I enjoy it. It looks pretty cool, and I like how the colors ended up. I've been reading a lot on color because I naturally I suck at color, so I've been reading it and trying to study it and understand it and just practice it, and I think it's starting to show because when you see the final piece, you'll see, like, I think the color choice was pretty good. A lot of the students in my class liked it, particularly the colors, so that's always nice to hear. One thing I did struggle with is texture. I really don't even know how to draw texture traditionally, so it's usually, like, if you can't do something traditionally, it's usually supposed to be harder to do it digitally, but I ended up, like, the textures are lacking in certain areas, but I was okay with how it ended up. Like I said, there's room to improve, but I'm okay with it. What's cool is that, like, I've been looking back at, like, some of my old stuff, and I didn't really think I was improving, and then, like, after spending a day looking at, like, my art from, like, high school, or, like, when I first started out 2 years ago, like, I've really improved, and, like, I don't know, that just makes me, like, smile. Like, I didn't think, like, to think that you've been stagnant and stressing out about being just at a standstill and being stressed because you're graduating in a year, and then looking back and being able to see that, oh, you actually did improve. It's just, like, the best feeling. And, like, if you decide to go to art school, that's part of the reason why I decided to go to art school, because I knew that it would be a good constant pushing. My professors would constantly be pushing me to improve. So it's nice to see the fruits of my labor. have to say I'm glad I'm not graduating at this exact moment, even though for me, like, I just really want to graduate like as early as possible. That's why I'm taking summer courses right now. I'm taking 2 of them. I've been taking 2 summer courses, so I'm on track to graduate a semester earlier than I should be able to. Worst case scenario is that I might have to take a class, maybe 1 class the last semester, but hopefully I can just knock it out and be done by December next year. But the scary part about that is now it's time to find a job. And the idea of finding a job for art is very anxiety inducing. And then on top of that, finding a job for art during like the pandemic season, hopefully everything is fine by December of 21 or 22. I didn't think I'd enjoy this class as much as I do. I think because I am a design major, so it's taking an illustration class, like digital. This is an electronic illustration class. That really freaked me out because I don't really do that kind of stuff. And like I said, all my work that is digital, it usually is much more lacking compared to my traditional stuff. So I was really scared, but this class ended up being a lot of fun. And this is only the first project, so I can't wait to see what else we do. And I know I have to study. My professor told us that that designers should actually have just as much skill in drawing as drawing and painting majors. Like, isn't it crazy? And he says it's like super important for designers to know how to draw. And I never really thought about that before. Well, I have, but I didn't think it was that necessary for us to draw. But he really was pushing for us to learn how to do this kind of stuff because he says it's very valuable to learn how to illustrate and be a designer. So I'm just gonna take his word for it because he's been in the field for forever. So I got a lot more to learn on like anatomy and all those kind of things, and like how to draw clothes. I have no idea how to draw clothes. So yeah, we'll see where this takes me. The fire and the air look completely different rasterized. Like, I completely took a different direction when I went into vectorize it, so don't even mind the air and the fire here because it's gonna look different. And yeah, here's the finished project of my piece. Completely vectorized, except for like the wind. I think that's a little bit rasterized. But thanks for watching.